Hey everyone, my name is Sydney and I am a 6th year teacher, but this is my 4th full year teaching, and this year I'll be teaching grades 7 and 8, English language arts and social studies, so history and geography. I am a Canadian teacher in Ontario, and today I wanted to share with you my back to school classroom haul. So all of my decor and storage ideas and a whole bunch of different things. So I am new to teacher YouTube, but I've actually been a YouTuber myself for beauty and fashion for the last 8 years or so. So I thought, and I recently discovered teacher tubers, so I thought I would give it a whirl and share some of the things. I do have an Instagram, it's called Tea in Class, and I have the luxury of being able to teach with my best friend. So I will leave Mrs. Beck down below, and you will probably see her quite a bit on this channel if we film on a regular basis. So I thought that today I would jump into some of the things that I've purchased. My best friend Boston and I went to Target a couple of times. We've crossed the border a few times to check out some stores that we don't really have access to here at all or in limited supply. So let's get started. So the very first thing that I've purchased for the next school year is my new teacher planner, and I do endeavor to do a video just on my planner. This is a happy planner purchased from Michaels. It was one of their boxed teacher sets, so it had a couple of washies, as well as some clips and inserts and stuff like that. I did also buy an additional section for different teacher notes and stuff, so I will go into detail with this later, but that was my first purchase for the 2019-2020 school year. This year for my classroom, my school is going into its 15th year. It's my 2nd year there, and they're kind of doing a revamp, so I wasn't sure what my classroom was going to look like. I have been given a couple hints over the last couple of days, but I don't want to say too much, and I haven't seen it with my own eyes, so I will have a genuine reaction. I was going to say classroom get ready with me, my classroom setup video. So my theme has kind of gone through a few different twists and turns over the last 4 or 5 weeks. I did want to have kind of a travel themed classroom, given that with the language arts we do endeavor to try to read texts from all around the world, and with social studies, history, and geography, again, although it is Canadian history, I did want to have a little travel vibe, and I love to travel, so thought that was what I was going to do. Then thought about it, and the color schemes just weren't matching in my head, and I've been loving all the shiplap everywhere, and looking at some of the classrooms of my US neighbors who get to go in their classroom over the summer, which I'm not allowed, has been driving me bonkers. So I've seen some really cool things, but then didn't really think it was going to fit, and then was told that my room was painted a new color. So that kind of set off last week with a new theme. So my new theme is kind of a black, white, gray, and yellow as an accent. So let me show you my borders. Alright, so the first 2 borders are from Michaels, and I've never actually seen this in person. I've never really noticed it before, and now I feel like I'm seeing it everywhere, and it's the Bordette border. So it's scalloped, it's not perforated, I don't know, I'm calling it crinkly because that's the best word that I could think of, but it's got some texture and dimension to it. So I got a black one as well as a white one, because I figured whatever theme I ended up going with, black and white, you can't really go wrong. And for the next ones, I do have one small roll of yellow. This one is from Scholar's Choice, which is kind of our version of Lakeshore for those of you in the States. I don't think they have Scholar's Choice down there, but this is just a regular scallop border in plain yellow, which I thought again could stack nicely. Then I have one package of the white straight shiplap, which I really, really love, and of course, well, even in my lighting, you kind of see it. There you see it more, there's more green there. And then the next 2 are some fun polka dots. So this is just white with black polka dots and scallop, and then I got a straight edge yellow one, and this one was really, really cute, and I liked just the subtle detailing. So all of these could be very easily layered with either the Bordette or the straight yellow. And then for my bulletin boards, I do not have a lot of bulletin board space. I am fortunate that I have a lot of windows. I love natural lighting. It just makes me feel so much better. So I don't tend to actually use my overhead artificial lights as much, but it means I don't have a lot of wall space. So I have 2 small bulletin boards in my classroom that are probably 2 by 3 feet, 3 by 4 feet, probably 2 by 3 feet-ish, and then I have one long one. So I don't really like going out to buy big border paper. Last year, I will tell a bit of my teaching story in another video, but I didn't start off the school year last year in my classroom, so I didn't do the design. I kind of walked into something that was already there. So this year I really did want to make my mark on it. So a lot of people have used a lot of different things for borders, so I'm going the gift wrap method this year. So I got a solid black gift wrap, a solid yellow gift wrap, and then I could not resist picking up this one. I just loved the pattern. I don't think it's going to be prominent, but I got it just in case, and I got these 3 at Party City. I'm super excited so far. Now, to continue on some of the room decor, I did pick up this giant world map. There was one in my classroom, but when the rumor came that we might get painted walls, I wasn't sure if it was going to get damaged. It had also, the green of it matched my walls, so I thought maybe, just in case, pick up a new one. So I really like this one because of the world flag inserts and the political borders. There was ocean currents and rivers, so kind of things that would work for both grade 7 geography and grade 8 geography. And it was a really decent size, and it was $7. Then when I was at the Dollar Tree, we do have the Dollar Tree in Canada, but they're few and far between, or I can't say all of Canada. We have some in Ontario. So I found these, and what I like about the Dollar Tree, so we obviously have dollar stores, the Dollarama, but it has prices up to $4 or $5 now. But the Dollar Tree is actually, everything's $1.25, which I appreciate immensely. So I got a few of these wall decor stickers, so I'm not sure if I'll use all of them, or if I'll even keep some in my office, or what. But this says, inhale courage, exhale fear, which is actually what I have on my letterboard on my desk right now. This one says, let your dreams take flight. I realized I don't think I even showed that one. There we go. And the last one says, create adventures for yourself. So I really, really liked that one. And I kind of feel that all 3 of those have some growth mindset aspects to them. So I thought those were cool. Then these next 2 things, there was a store going out of business, and I picked up these, they're curtain samples. So I want to add flexible seating to my classroom this year, and it's something that we're trying to do in our intermediate division, but it's slow and steady. It's hard to kind of do all at once. But my school itself is trying to do it, not just implemented by me and spending my money. But I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find cushions or what I was going to have, so I got 2 big swaths of gray fabric. Again, these were curtain samples in a home store. So I had them in case I found other cushions, but didn't have like the color or whatnot. So they're $5 a piece, and a pretty decent amount of fabric for any small sized pillow, enough that would cover your butt. And these next 2 are sort of decor and sort of not, but they are just 2 pads of cardstock from Michaels. This is the architecture cardstock, so it was the grayscale, and this one is the citrus. And obviously yellow is my accent, but I figured there's 3 different yellows and then a couple oranges, and I figured it'd be kind of cool to just have around. These were used by Friend Boston as laptop parking spaces because we are one-to-one with Chromebooks for our 7 and 8 students. So it kind of gives the kids a visual place of where to place their laptops. And like, I just love color coordinating. It's the thing. And then one thing that I was super, super excited for, I was digging all over the place for different floor cushions. I've checked Winners and HomeSense and all of those kinds of stores, Pier 1, but I found these at Value Village, which I don't even think has them in the States. So it's basically a not as high scale consignment shop. Thrifting store, I guess it's got to be, kind of like Goodwill or St. Vincent de Paul and stuff like that. But I got these giant pillows. So they're all gray on one side, and they're like a gray and beige stripe on this side. Not thrilled with the beige, but I would love if it's white, but we all know whites to get dirty. So I got 2 of these in the exact same pattern, and they were like $7.50 each. So I was like, I'm not gonna win anywhere else. I even priced out making pillows from scratch. Yeah, see, $7.49. I priced out pillows from scratch at the fabric store, and to buy the inside, I know some people use a foam topper, and I do happen to have a foam topper at home, but I didn't want to destroy it. So I contemplated making new ones, but I figured in case I don't get a couch or something to sit on, these would be kind of cool for some of my kids to sit on. And my last piece of room decor kind of came as a surprise. I was going through Pier 1 trying to find cushions because they had their semi-annual clearance sale, so clearance was an extra 50% off, and of course being the beginning of August, it's the end of summer sale, so I was looking around, didn't really find anything, and then I found this. And you're like, what is this, Sydney? Like, what are you showing me? It's actually a candle holder, so it opens up from the side, and then it has this big hole in the top for ventilation, so you know you don't burn things down or get really hot. And I thought it'd be really, really fun to have this somewhere in my room, probably not on my desk because I have enough things on my desk. And I wanted to put warm fuzzies in it. And I know those are called different things in different places, but basically I wanted to have some paper cut out, and if somebody wants to pay someone a compliment or they want to share a really fun memory from a lesson or just from anything, they can go, they can write it down, they can put their name on it, they can fold it, and they can put it in here. And then either at the end of the year or at the end of different terms, we can kind of open it up and go through them. And I thought that'd be really, really cool, and it was super cute. And it was originally 20 bucks, on sale for 10. I got it for 6 and change. So they had 3 different sizes. This is the baby size. I did almost buy the middle size and thought, oh, that's pretty big, and happened to look one shelf below, like on the floor, and found this guy. So super, super excited for that. Unfortunately, with the little guys, they put the sticker on the glass. On all the other ones, they put it on the inside of the base. But Gooby Gone will get rid of that. So now, as you can see, we are moving on to classroom storage slash supplies slash everything else that I can pull out from mud piles of things. So I know a lot of teachers have a teacher toolbox. Boston has one, and I always thought it took up a lot of space, and I have one of the Michael's 10 drawer carts in all clear. You'll notice that I, in life, love color, but I don't want to buy things that are rainbow colored. Not that I have super intense themes or anything, but I can't commit to rainbow. It's especially in grade 7 and 8. I'm actually an intermediate senior teacher, so if I were to move to high school, nobody wants to see rainbow things. At least I don't. So I have been looking into a teacher toolbox, but figured that the price probably wasn't worth it. I put a lot of my supplies into one of my drawers in that rolling cart, but stumbled upon this at Dollarama, and I know, is it the Really Useful box, I think is the name of the brand. They have a version of this. I think it might be actually a little bit wider. I think it has an extra set on the end, but this was $4 at the dollar store, and originally I picked this up for home to actually organize the letters for my letterboard. I do have another letterboard that's going to come to school with me this school year, and I thought it'd be easier to find the letters if they were better sorted. But I found something even better for that. So I've kind of just stashed this in with various things, like obviously paper clips and binder clips. I have some magnetic tape, thumbtacks, and then I have bought a few different magnets. I don't have a lot of magnetization on my boards. I think one of my boards is, and I love marble, so in chapters was clearing those out. Had to buy some of those. And then one thing that I did buy in here for the school year that I got at Target is the 2-file send home, graded, and so on binder clips. I do find those really, really helpful and a nice kind of visual aid so I don't forget things behind. I'm just gonna park this back here. And I will get to the mountain beside me, and I will kind of name things as I go from where I purchased them. These next 2 pieces were from Value Village. I just needed another place to store papers, so I have an acrylic paper holder, and the other one is just a white magazine holder, just a plain white one. It is, I think, about 3.5 inches wide, so wider than most of the ones that I have. I do have some construction paper ones or like cardboard ones, but I did want something a little sturdier. And then I just have this acrylic paper rack. I don't really know what I'm going to use this for, but it was $1.99. They actually had 3 of them, so I convinced myself just to pick up one, and I figured I'd find some use for it, whether it's doing stations or a check-in, and I like it because you don't really see it, so it's less visual clutter. Couple more things, well, lots more things, but this is more of the school supply, teacher hoarding supply list. So I went into the dollar store, and they had actual Post-it brand Post-its, and there are 5 packs. There's a total count of 500, so 100 for each color, and it was only $4. And Post-it notes are stupidly expensive, and that's why I kind of like, I hoard them and I don't like using them as much as I would. But I'm getting over that. We're building a bridge. So all these next ones I actually purchased to create annotation slash closed read kits, a closed read toolbox. So I know that I've seen a ton of them online for more younger grades, and I have seen some also for high school grades. So I'm kind of marrying the two of them together, and I'll probably make a video on it. But I got these sticky minis. So again, 4 colors, 100 each. I got some flags, which I'm gonna cut up into smaller sections. And then I also got these 600 count smaller rectangular ones. So I have a varying size, so I'm not sure which one's going to work the best, so we're gonna kind of play with it. And then the last thing I just picked up was the 100 index cards in some funky colors. And then this container itself actually was I think a $1 bin from Target. No, it was $3, but I like to hold my nonsense and my crap in one place. So I figured even if this ended up being a teacher desk one, it's a nice little caddy size and sturdy handles that are not going to break when I fill it with stuff. Because I've done that a lot. I've broken a lot of baskets. These do fall into the decor, but they were kind of tucked away behind my things. So I got these in the I got these at the dollar section in Target, which I think has an actual name. It's like Bullseye's Dollar Spot, Bullseye something rather. But Boston and I affectionately call it the honey hole because we spent a solid 30 minutes at least on our first Target trip just in there. So apparently there was I have a write, which I'm super excited for. Apparently there was a read, but not at the Target I was at, and then our next Target didn't have it either, so a little bit bummed about that. Really wish I could have had that because it would have been really cool for my wall. I have a Create, and then I have an Explore, and super excited for these. I think they look really cute. They're really light, so I could just tack them up onto the wall, or use like command, like I use blue tack a lot, but maybe even the command strips. Alright, so this little bundle, I actually won a lot of the stuff in here from Michaels. I won their teacher appreciation. I know in the States recently, if you announce that you're a teacher, they gave you the big red bag of things. Well, up here, I don't know if it's because we have less people or what, but you can't just do that. I had to win it. So I actually won this big white container. Not all the things in it, just a few things in it. But I thought it was really convenient. There's also the white one. And what's cool is it actually has a tray in it. So the tray comes out, obviously. So a couple of things that I picked up. I think this was a Dollar Tree item, and it's just brown and white labels because again I was going for a burlap theme originally. I have picked up more Post-it notes. These were a clearance on Michaels, and they're like really strange colors. I don't know which world color theme this is, but they're kind of more like autumny colors or autumnal. Something else that I got at Target, I got these giant paper clips because I just couldn't resist. They looked really, really cute, had to get them. Target Dollar Spot also had these timers, and what's really cool, it's 1, 2, 3, and 5 minute timers, so I thought that would be kind of helpful. What else have I picked up? I picked up a couple of these, which everyone and their mother knows if you've watched anyone on YouTube for teachers, that fit crayons in them, but I want them for a deck of cards. So this deck of cards is actually going to be moved into like a trading card sheet protector. It's actually the First World War propaganda poster. So when I teach media literacy to my grade 8s, I do a propaganda portion. And when I was at the Ottawa War Museum all around my birthday, I found them and had to have them. So I got a couple of these, and these ones were from Walmart. I didn't want teal. Teal was the only one they had, and then subsequently I found them at Michael's for the same price and having clear, but I'll survive. And then I have a couple of these, they're called book rings. I have ones that are also shower curtain rings. I got a few more when I was at the States as well that Boston has at present. I've also picked up from Michael's, and I've stared at this for a long time, and they are actually the teacher stamps. Now, being one-to-one on Chromebooks, I don't have a lot of paper things that come in, but I love me a good stamp, so finally decided I'll have it. And a couple of things, this is the things that I won with Michael's. 1 dry eraser, 1 pen, 1 Sharpie, 1 pair of scissors. And that came in with this, a $5 gift card, and I have a sheet over there of a Crayola, I don't know how to use like their Play-Doh in class kind of thing. Yeah, next few things are basically highlighters, more highlighters. I think I have 6 packs of highlighters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So like I said, I wanted to make close read annotation kits, and this year we're really going to teach our kids how to create really good study notes, because we do have end of year exams for the 7s and 8s. So Boss and I, because we team teach the 7s and 8s together, we wanted to have a cohesive strategy and attack for how to do this. So when Walmart was having a Sharpie sale or a school sale and the highlighters were there, I just figured I had to have them. So yes, you'll be seeing these in the annotation video. So more Target stuff. These are $3 and they have the safety lanyard pack. We do a career day and have people come in. So we thought it would be really cute to say, hello, my name is, and then they can have their career. And then I have some of the hello, my name is mini stickers and hello, my name are big stickers because my students have little cubbies. So I thought I could use names. I kind of like numbers. I used to use numbers in my old school when I taught, especially when I taught grade 4. So we'll see if I put names or if I do numbers. More things from Target. I have these classroom activities. So it's the hi, my name is, little get to know you with your students. I had my own version of this that I've used for years, but thought this would be kind of cool just in case I couldn't get my own version out. But I think I might end up giving this to one of my coworkers. And then one of the last couple things I got at Target were these bookmarks. And I got 2 packs since I'm teaching grade 7 and grade 8 language. And they're ways to improve my reading. So it says make connections, visualize, draw conclusions, find a big idea, and synthesize. And on the back it says, every day is a chance to learn something new, and I'm going to write each of my students' names on the back of them so that when I find them on the floor, inevitably, I know who to give it back to. And then I got this at the dollar store, and it's the magnetic board with erasable marker. Again, to structure the students how I want them to fill in a page and how it's going to look different for different subjects. Kind of miscellaneous things. I have some Velcro dots at the dollar store. I have some clear alphabet stamps. I'm also a bullet journaler, so I have a lot of little ones, but they'd be so tiny you would never be able to use them in class. So I figured this was actually a pretty good size if you wanted to use them for different headers or different borders. And I also have a clear plastic plate so I can actually adhere them to something. Then I plan to have different early finishers activities, and one of them is a Sudoku. So I got this book. It was supposed to be just $5, but I had a 50% off sticker, so I'd asked if the $5 was 50% off or if there was a mistake. And it was a mistake, but they honored it, so it was for $2.50. And I myself bought a Sudoku book that I've been kind of working through. I do a couple every day and I've been loving it, and I do find them very stress relieving and mindful. So I thought that would be a really cool thing for the kids to do. And I have a lot of kids who really like math, so I figured that'd be fun. I also have these cards that I got, I believe, from Walmart. They're the Hallmark brand. There's 20 of them. It's very difficult when you have like an awkward number of students to purchase for. So I am gonna have 15 kids this year with a potential cap of 16. But in the past, like I've had 13 where, you know, things come in 10s or 12s and you still have to buy more. So I had a heck of a time trying to find cards that had enough, or I would have to buy 2 packs at, you know, $7, $8, $9, $10. So this one just says hooray, and it's mint and gold. And again, didn't have my theme at the time, but I was like, this is really cute, and I really like to do little introductory letters to my students. This particular group I know, and I actually taught them for the last couple months of this school year, but I thought I would write a little message to them so that when they come to our lemonade party, which is like our open house, or like back to school afternoon activity, or on the first day, that they have something for me to read. And last but not least, in this bin, this, again, I'm not sure if it's going to stay at home or if I'm going to bring it to work, but it's a weekly planner. And we, because being one-to-one with Chromebooks, do have a lot of Google Classroom access and Google Classroom calendars and all that stuff, but sometimes you just need to see it in front of you all the time. So I figured that I could use this for my 7s and 8s in different lessons, and just to highlight, don't forget, like, here's some activities you had, or here's some homework you need to do, and then top priorities for the week. So if we have a PBL or anything else they need to work on kind of on their own, or when they're finished, I can keep that there. And it's marble, so I had to have it. So going through this, all of these can be purchased at Michael's, but this top one I actually purchased at Solutions, which is kind of like the Canadian version of the Container Store. But my particular location is actually going out of business. So I saw these, and I didn't actually know Michael's had them yet. And then, like I said, I fell down the rabbit hole of teacher YouTube and discovered everything. So this is the size that a lot of people have used for the close read toolkit, or different task cards. I think this is like the most brilliant thing ever. And I realized after the fact, I have one of the individual ones of these in the 5x7 for my bullet journal stickers. So I don't know how I didn't notice, you know, the packs of these. So if you haven't seen them and you live under a rock, these are actually a 4x6. The brand is Iris in the States. In Canada, sometimes it says Iris, sometimes it says Recollections from Michael's. So this one has 6 in here, and I have actually another deck of cards, and this is the Warp 1812 playing cards. And each card has either a location or a person or something really interesting about, you know, the Warp 1812. But they're really awkward size, and you can't put them into trading card containers, so I'm probably going to end up laminating them and maybe not actually using them as a deck of cards, but just using them as some informational tidbits when I teach that unit in grade 7 history. But I love how compact it is. I love that you can store so many things. I do a lot of grammar stations for my grade 8s last year, and I think that if I tweak them at all for this year or create any new ones, I will make them a 4x6 so they fit in here. So the next two things, I have 2 of one of them. This is the project case. So again, it's the Recollections brand from Michael's, and this is the one that holds 8.5 by 11 paper. I did try to squeak in some scrapbook paper, but it doesn't quite work. Even though the measurements of this are 12.9 inches by 12.1 inches, it doesn't quite work. But a lot of people I've seen use these for their planning and kind of breaking up their units through the months. So that is to be determined. I don't know how well this is going to fit in my cupboard at work, so I'm kind of waiting to go back before I splurge and get any more of these. And then the next one is just kind of like the next size up. Again, it's the scrapbook size paper. It's like twice as thick, probably even a little bit more. And I got 2 of them. Actually, I have 3. One's downstairs with my actual scrapbook paper. But again, I figured that this would be a really good size to store different manipulatives, although we don't really use manipulatives, but again, if I'm doing grammar stations or different activities, it's just really nice to chuck everything in here. And again, I know other teachers who use this size to stock all of their lessons for the given month. Last but not least, in terms of these storage bins, this is like the big sister to the one I got at Solutions. And again, this comes in a rainbow get up, and I refuse, but super excited for this one. This one actually has 16 of the containers, the photo box containers, and given that my maximum is 16 students, I wanted to pick this up in case I wanted to have some sort of tailor-made kit, or if I decide to make an annotation kit for everybody versus having them as a station or a rotation, I would be able to use this. And again, I love that it stores. I think this would be great again for grammar stations. If my kids know that we're on, 1 through 5 or whatever the case may be, they can just come and they can get it. And it kind of puts more onus on them and helping our classroom run smoothly. All right, the last few things, again, are a mix between Target, Walmart, Solutions. I think that's it. So I got this little grip before I found the small case at Solutions. I saw this, and it's just a little poly folder, and again, it holds 4x6 photos. And then inside of it, I got this at Walmart, and again, it was one of those things I didn't know if I needed or not. I don't use a ton of index cards very often, but again, I'm always finding ways to kind of incorporate them. So this is just kind of an A to Z, what do they call them? Just a sort of A to Z index card. So if you want to siphon off your index box holder, whether it's for particular students or categories or whatnot. You can kind of play with it. I might number them on the opposite side instead of having the letters, and I just kind of stored those in there. Then I did a couple, like I said, I did a couple Target runs. This crate I actually found on the second run. We didn't see it at the first one. They only had 2 gray, the rest were obviously black and white. And they have crates like this in Canada, but they're either expensive or like boring colors. And again, I didn't originally want black, so I found this gray one and it was $4, so I had to have it. And another thing that I've been looking at getting is a 10-pocket file holder that I would just kind of command hook to the wall. And they're like $25, which doesn't sound like much, but because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it yet, I just couldn't justify it. So there is actually a 5-pocket version at Target, and I picked up 2 of them. So they're both black, but they have different color folder and labels on them. So there is this one. So this has like blue, teal, green, gray, blue, or maroon. And then this one has some more brighter colors. I have files, and I don't know how sturdy those ones are because I obviously haven't opened them yet. But I will probably just put my own files in them. And then a coworker of mine found these on Amazon a while ago, and I'd never seen her use them, but she's our French teacher among many other things. And they were the laminate pouches. So the first time Boston and I went to the States, I got 4 sets of 4 in different colors so that I would have a class set of 16. And then when we went back, I decided that I wanted to pick up a few more in case I wanted to use these to show my subject objectives or my lesson objectives. So I got black and yellow because, again, my color, not realizing that I had yellow because I looked at a quick photo for my Instagram and didn't see the yellow. But the class set that I have purple, yellow, lime green, and the royal blue. So it's nice that I have a double set of yellow so I can use them on my board, but I can still have them as a class set. So now I have many, many, many of them. But I'm super excited to see how I can incorporate these in my lessons. As we all know, buying dry erase boards can be quite expensive. Then I got some more Velcro dots. I think these ones were from the Walmart. Also, thanks to Putting Them First, Lauren, I believe. She's just started a channel. It's already skyrocketing, super adorable. She's a first grade teacher. She was making crate seats. She went to Walmart and got a light duty staple gun. I don't know if this is the exact one. I'm sure we have them in Canada. I just haven't ever seen them. Not that I've really looked, but I figured I was there. So I got this, and I got some staples in 3 different sizes because my actual stapler at work doesn't open up all the way in order to smack it against the wall. So I figured that this, putting up borders and posters, would just make my life so much easier. And then the last couple of things. Everyone swears by these. I've never purchased them before in my life, but somebody made a comment that they use the black ones for their writing center or their small group teaching situation. And since kids don't tend to buy these ones, you know that they're the teachers. I do also put washi tape around supplies that I want to let everyone know are mine, mostly expo markers, in case they run amok and find a way out of my drawer. So I figured that these would be really cool, and it's funny that I actually discovered one of the regular color ones in a pile of pencils from when I taught at my last school. And then I got some cap erasers because I wanted to have some erasers and pencils in the annotation kit, and just couldn't find a decent enough pack of regular erasers without, again, spending more than I kind of wanted to. So I figured, up and up, we'll go with it. So again, from Target. And then the last 2 things I have, and I'm pretty sure these are the last 2 things, although with my luck, I'll find something somewhere. These are actually from Five Below? Just Five Below. And they are Write the Poem and Write the Story. So obviously both grade 7s and 8s do a poetry unit and a writing unit. And what was really cool about these is whenever you open it up, so it says write a poem about tradition, and it has word associations, so actually the list on the page, values, custom, heritage, legend, fable, culture, folklore, convention. And then they have a similar idea for the write the story. So it says write the story, a child's dream literally comes true. Include the following in your story, and it's got different vocabulary. Some of them I don't see how they got there, but again, it's kind of stretch your imagination. So I figured that I can incorporate these in to even my journaling activities or my roundtables for those particular subjects. And I could also have them as early finishers so that I can encourage my friends who do like to write into new ways of writing. And I think that's it. I'm sure there's something else. I can feel it. There is one thing that I haven't shown that I wasn't going to necessarily show, but Scholar's Choice had their teacher appreciation last week, and if you're one of the first 25 people there, you got a swag bag. And I got a swag bag. A lot of the stuff is kind of more juvenile than what I would have in my classroom, so I'm going to bring a lot of it to my my school when I go back and just have a free-for-all for everybody. But there are a couple stickers and things that I'll probably keep, but I'm not going to go through it bit by bit. There is one thing from Michael's. I just realized that I did win with that bucket, and it was a sticker book from the Planner People, or the Hack Planner, or no, 365 Create 365? I can't remember. It's getting late. I don't remember. But it's a letter sticker book, and I'm gonna keep that for myself because, yeah, like I said, I bullet journal, so I don't know if I want to share that with my class. Certainly not my students, but like with my decor. But yeah, that was the last thing, so I knew there was something. But yes, swag bag, and I got $25 gift card in there, which will come in handy. So yeah, so thank you so much. I know this is a very long video, so if you sat tight through the whole thing, congratulations, thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I don't know what my upload's going to be like. I have 2 weeks from today that will make me back into my classroom, but if I'm designing anything at home or sharing ideas, I would love to put some videos up for that. And I hope you guys stick around for the 2019-2020 classroom adventure with me, Sydney, or Tea in Class if you're online on Instagram. Have a fantastic evening, and I will see you guys in my next video. See ya!